The news keeps getting worse. DFO has now announced a 22% cut to the crab quota for this year, and many insiders are now fearing an outright crisis. In Area 3L, where the bulk of the fishery takes place, the cut is even higher, more than 1/4. This follows a massive 63% cut to the northern shrimp quota on Friday. These two fisheries accounted for about $500 million in landed value last season, but the shellfish resource is in big trouble. Plant closures are almost a certainty, and many fishing enterprises are at risk.
There's no doubt employment is going to be impacted severely when it comes to shrimp, and the same thing with crab now. We had the main plant was down last year, that's returning to operation, and now a 20% cut on top of that. That's going to mean a very difficult year for people involved in the fishery.
This is not just a blow to harvesters and plant workers. The fishery is the economic driver for rural communities, and now that's under big threat. According to the provincial government, there were nearly 9,500 fish harvesters employed in the province last year, and nearly 8,000 in the processing sector. With so much less product coming ashore, these numbers are sure to plummet. The union is furious at the drastic nature of the cuts.
Well, we've asked the minister for a meeting immediately, because we need the federal minister, DFO in Ottawa, to understand how important this is. DFO has to work with harvesters, taking their expertise, and I think we'd have a much better managed fishery. In some cases, recently we've seen that hasn't happened, and I think that's going to be to the detriment of people in our province.
Simply put, the union says the poor condition of the resource is not the result of overfishing, but of environmental changes. It says the cuts are just too deep, and that there's also room for larger cod quotas as the once bountiful resource slowly rebuilds.
I think we have to tell it like it is. We got to acknowledge that we have serious challenges. We think DFO could have helped with the transition much more.
The one bright spot is price. Last year, harvesters like these received on average about $3 a pound. Well, the price for this year is not yet firmed up, but the union says it will be at least $4.10. That's great for these harvesters, but not so great for those who work in the fish plants. Terry Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.